Hello and welcome to another update video about Harmony One. Harmony One has come obviously into my target area as well. It did seem very unrealistic when we were starting to move up here in this wave B. I told you back then that in my opinion this was just very corrective. It was a wave B. As expected, we then started to move down very strongly, very impulsively. We had a death cross here. We moved below the 200-day moving average, and we hit my target area. And then very importantly and very good for the chart, very good, is that we hit the 78.6% FIB level at just above 10.8 cents. Yeah, so I consider that close enough. Yeah, we did hit it, and so far that has all gone really well. Especially important is that in this target range here, you have two Fibonacci levels. And how is this target range actually defined? Well, it starts at the low of that wave A from the 4th of December. That was reached. And then very importantly, the next key level that needed to be reached was that 78.6% FIB level. And this was reached, and that is very important. And very important is as well that we saw quite a strong reaction to that support level. So you moved up quite strongly. Yes, we've come down since then, but we made a higher low. I mean, bear in mind, we did the same stuff up here. So it doesn't necessarily need to mean that we have seen the low already, that the low is already in, but it's a good sign. We can assume that there is still potential to further downside, especially if my primary expectation for the Bitcoin price is going to happen, because based on that, it would indicate that Harmony One will drop as well. I mean, if Bitcoin moves really into my target range between 20 and 29K, which would be another, 30% sell-off, 35, then Harmony One could realistically really also move further into this target area and move all the way down to the 88.7% Fibonacci level, which is located at 7.3 cents. Yeah, so it's too early to be super happy, but it's good to see that we've made a higher low and that the price is starting to move, and we have seen a reaction to that FIB level. And just for everybody who's always saying that, because there are people who say Fibonacci levels don't work, or Fibonacci levels don't work, or TA doesn't work, but I told you back here that we are going to reach the 78.6% FIB level or the 88.7%. And we are here, and we saw with a very high accuracy the FIB level touched. Yeah, I mean, this was not just a coincidence. The price really touched that Fibonacci level, and we saw a fairly strong reaction to it. You can clearly see how the price is reacting time and time again to these Fibonacci levels. Yeah, it's not coincidence. Fibonacci levels are everywhere, you know that, and they're everywhere in life. You can find them everywhere in nature, and you can find them with regards to what people do as well, human psychology, and how the masses react to certain things. This is all based on Fibonacci and mathematics as well. I mean, this is math. Yeah, I mean, it works. So this is good. We've seen these levels trigger, and these are also the Fibonacci levels that typically altcoins are reaching in a wave 2. And in my view, we are here in a wave 2. So what we did back here in this impulsive wave up was a wave 1. Where we are now is a wave 2. The next wave to the upside should be a wave 3. That wave 3 should go at least to 60 cents. That's the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. And that is the absolute minimum target for the next major wave up. And overall, yeah, we are still in sideways movement, but we see some positive developments. What is very important to really get an uptrend in place here is, I think, not only that higher low that we did, no, it's also important that the price now moves above the previous high at around 16.5 cents. That would also be the 61.8% FIB level. As long as we stay below that, I remain skeptical, but if we get above that, I think we can speak more clearly about a potential uptrend. Yeah, and I'm prepared for both scenarios. I mean, I did already start to total cost average in here around, I think, 15 cents for the first time, and then now obviously as we hit the target area as well, one of my buy orders triggered. And again, if you want to see my buy and sell orders, check out the channel membership. and then you can get access to Discord and also access my own buy and sell orders. So yeah, I'm prepared for both scenarios. I have another buy order set a little bit lower, knowing that we could drop a bit lower, but generally the correction, the minimum requirements for a correction are fulfilled, and how many one could start to move from here. Yeah, so generally also looking at the indicators, we can see that we are still in the bearish range. Yeah, so remaining a bit careful here. The MACD is starting to get some more bullish momentum, which is healthy. Looking at the more long-term indicators, we cannot yet really see a turnaround. The MACD line is continuing to go down. The stochastic RSI, even though it's very low, it stays low at the moment. And also here on the weekly chart, I mean, in the current week, for the first time, we see here decreasing negative momentum, but it's still too negative. Yeah. And also here, I mean, for the first time in the last few weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, for the first time in the last 5 weeks, we see a first weekly green candle at the moment. Those are bullish signs, or at least they are glimmers of hope, but generally we're not there yet. Yeah, it doesn't look that convincing yet that we have already completed the correction. Yeah, I mean, the minimum requirements are done, but generally zooming out, the chart still looks very bearish, and what is currently coming up here is still very weak. So at the moment, my primary expectation remains that we're coming down once more lower. Yeah. And also look at the chart here. We are still below this descending trend line here. At the moment, really at a decision point, if you want it like that. Of course, if we break above that, which is currently here at around 13 cents, if we break above this level, this could unlock higher prices, but then you need to move also above 16.5 cents. I think if we break above 13 cents here, or 13.2 cents, yeah, I think then we could really get to that 16.5 cent level. But here we will then see a decision how the price is reacting and how the market is going to react and how the market's probably going to do in the next few weeks. Because if we break above 16.5 cents, I think further upside potential is then a given. However, if we find resistance there and move down again, I think then we are coming down lower and possibly deeper into this target area. So that's my view about Harmony One. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.